The world thought they had seen it all. But when the footage of Princess Leonor's wedding replayed across global screens, everything stopped again. The music, the lights, the LB emotion, it wasn't just a wedding, it was history reborn. Viewers from every corner of the world were left in awe. And this time, they noticed details that changed everything. When the cathedral doors opened, Princess Leonor appeared like a vision from another time. The crowd outside gasped. Her gown, flowing like liquid gold, shimmered under the northern light. Every camera flashed, every whisper fell silent. It wasn't just about beauty. It was about presence, the presence of a future queen who carried her nation's pride with every step. The replay footage revealed what most missed the first time. As Leonor walked down the aisle, her hand trembled slightly, not from fear, but from the weight of everything this moment meant. Generations of Spanish monarchs had stood before her. Every movement was tradition and transformation intertwined. The world paused again at the moment she looked up, and met Prince Christian's eyes. His expression was soft, full of wonder. He didn't see a crown. He saw Leonor, the woman behind the title. And in that gaze, history shifted from duty to love. Royal watchers replayed that exact second over and over. In slow motion, you could see Leonor's lips tremble as if whispering something only he could hear. A private message, carried between two royal hearts in a public moment. That single frame became iconic, shared millions of times, dissected by experts, adored by fans. But the replay footage showed something more, something emotional. Queen Letizia wiping a tear she tried to hide. King Felipe looking on, proud and still, his hand tightening slightly around hers. That was not the look of a monarch watching his daughter ascend, it was the look of a father realizing his little girl had grown up. The cameras caught Princess Sofia, too. Her expression pure emotion. She smiled through tears, her pride radiant. When the vows echoed through the hall, she reached for her mother's hand. Fans noticed that tiny moment in the replay, the sisterhood, the family bond, the silent understanding that life would never be the same again. Commentators from London to Los Angeles called it the most human royal wedding ever captured on film. Even the BBC described it as a royal event that felt real. In Spain, newspapers simply called it El Milagro Real, the royal miracle. The replay also revealed moments unseen by the crowd that day. After the ceremony, as Leonor and Christian walked behind the cathedral doors, Leonor turned back, just for a second, to glance toward her parents. A soft, grateful smile crossed her face before she disappeared into the carriage. That single smile became the photo that defined the wedding, the moment of farewell and new beginning. During the carriage procession, the footage caught waves of emotion from the crowd. People crying, cheering, shouting her name. Some held Spanish flags, others waved Danish banners. For that brief journey, two nations became one family, united in pride and joy. Fans rewatching the moment online said they felt chills. The way Christian leaned close and whispered to her, the way she smiled shyly and touched his hand, small gestures, magnified by meaning. They weren't acting for the cameras. They were simply being themselves. As the replay rolled on, viewers noticed the sky above Copenhagen that day. Soft, golden light breaking through clouds. Symbolic, perhaps, a new dawn for both royal houses. The symbolism wasn't lost on anyone. Royal historians commented that this marriage marked the start of a united European generation of royals, guided by emotion rather than protocol. Later footage showed the royal family stepping out for photographs. The tension melted into laughter as Christian playfully brushed a loose strand of hair from Leonor's face. She laughed, the same warm, unguarded smile that fans remembered from her teenage years. It reminded the world that behind the tiara was still the same young woman who once spoke shyly at public events but grew into her role with grace and heart. The replay also gave fans an intimate look at the wedding reception. Queen Letizia embracing her daughter tightly before the first dance. Christian whispering something in Leonor's ear that made her blush and laugh. King Felipe raising his glass, his toast simple and heartfelt, to love that unites, to honor that endures. Then came the first dance, a moment so captivating that the replay became one of the most viewed royal clips in years. Leonor and Christian moved slowly across the ballroom, her gown gliding like liquid silk, his hand steady on her back. The orchestra played a waltz that blended Spanish warmth with Danish calm. Every step they took told a story, of two nations, two souls, finding rhythm together. Social media exploded once more. Clips flooded every platform. Viewers described it as the wedding that redefined royal love. Others said it felt like watching history through emotion instead of ceremony. Millions rewatched the replay not for the grandeur, but for the tenderness. Then, near the end of the footage, came a moment few had noticed before. Leonor, standing on the palace balcony beside Christian, turned to wave at the crowd. But just before she did, she took a deep breath, as if taking it all in, grounding herself in the reality of her new life. That breath became symbolic, a sign of strength, calm, and acceptance. Behind her, fireworks lit up the sky, red and gold, Spain and Denmark intertwined. The world watched as the couple held hands, their fingers interlaced, their future intertwined. Royal experts later said this wedding wasn't about tradition, it was about evolution. Leonor didn't just marry a prince, she represented a new chapter for the Spanish monarchy. One that is modern, emotional, and deeply human. When fans saw the final replay, many said they cried all over again. It wasn't because of the spectacle, it was because of the sincerity. In every frame, from the trembling vows to the stolen glances, it felt real. It reminded people that even in palaces, love still rules above all. The world may have moved on, but every time the footage plays again, the feeling returns, that spark of something pure. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian didn't just make history, they made hearts believe in royalty again. And as the screen fades to black, one thing is clear, this wasn't just a royal wedding. It was a love story for the ages, captured, replayed, and remembered forever.